Hey everybody, Patty Ann here again today. Today I got an email from a girl named Shannon, and she said this. She says, I'm a newbie to embroidery, and I have a brother PRS 100, and I use Embrilliance. I'm trying to make a sweatshirt with teacher across the center, and then the teacher's name going through it. But the problem is she doesn't want to split the word teacher like we sometimes do, especially when we were using vinyl, right? So she's attached an image to show me what she likes or what she's going for, and I really like it when she did that. And by the way, you can email me as well and let me know if you have questions. But this is the picture that she sent. Okay, so I went ahead and went into Embrilliance and was able to design this and figure it out for her. So Shannon, I hope this is what you want. Now, I've just done this on a t-shirt and actually the t-shirt that I use is this one right here. I cut it all up into t-shirt pieces so that I don't have to waste a whole t-shirt every time I'm doing a test sew. So on the back of this t-shirt fabric, I did iron on no show mesh fusible, okay, and this is what I've come up with. And I just wrote the word teach to make it go a little quicker, and I have Ms. Caruso because I used to be known as Ms. Caruso. As a lot of you know, I used to be a middle school teacher. I loved it, and that's why I'm still teaching here, because you just can't quite get rid of me. But anyway, I'm going to show you now in Embrilliance how you can design something like this yourself. I think it turned out really cool. I love it, and I hope Shannon does too. Okay, here's what I ended up doing for Shannon, as you can see, and I think it turned out really, really nicely. I'm doing it just in the 5x7 hoop. Remember, I'm just doing teach because I didn't want to waste too much space or too much time, too many stitches on my machine, whatever. So all I did was this. I went into Stitch Artist, and I think it's just level 1. Right here, I come up here to where it says create. And in create mode then, I went ahead and went to, let me get rid of create mode. I might not, well, let's just go there. I'm in Stitch Artist level 1, and I'm going to go to create letters. And as you'll see, it automatically came in with the letters that I use. And if you look right here, you'll see that I used Design by JuJu. It says Arwin 1.5 inch letters. That's what I ended up using, okay? So when those came in just like that, of course, the next thing I did was just come over here to where it says text, and I typed in the word teach. I'll do teacher this time, Teacher, and hit enter. Okay, this time I did it all in lowercase letters. I think I'll go ahead and make it capital letters again. So I put on my caps lock and to Teacher. Oops, and spell it right, teacher. Oh, ER. There we go, teacher. Let me move this one. And I'll actually just, I don't want to delete this one yet. Let me stay right here. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this like this. See if it'll fit in the 5x7 hoop. Okay, I know automatically it's not fitting there in the 5x7 because look how this turned red right down here. It doesn't fit in this 5x7. However, I am able to squish it down a little bit like that so it does fit. And while you're using Embrilliance, I'd love you to look down here in the stitches area. See, right now it's 3,808 stitches. If I undo that to where it's bigger again, look now, it's 3,983 stitches. That's one of the things I like about Embrilliance. When you do change the sizes of things carefully, it does repopulate the stitches and change the total number of them. So again, watch the stitches down there while I make this go smaller so it fits in the hoop just like that. And what I could actually do if I don't like looking at it sideways like this, I can come down here to where it says hoop and double click on it like that. And the reason why the red was still showing up because this was in the hoop. And now I can go ahead and flip this again so that it's like that, okay? And now I can see it a little bit better. So there's teacher, and of course I changed the color of it, so maybe I wanted to make it pink. So I can come over here to the one that's highlighted, and while it's highlighted, come down here to where it says color, click on this color, and then I can just go and find a pink. If I'm unable to see much in the way of colors, it may be because right here palettes is checked, and palettes just let you see what you're using currently on this page. If I want to pick from all the threads, I can go to threads, and I have mine set to Floriani because that's the kind of thread I use. If you use another type of thread, you can change yours to that. Maybe you use, oh, I don't know, any one of these. Madeira, classic. No, let's say you use Isocord. So then all of these will be the Isocord number, and it'll make it easier for you to find the color that you have in your stash. So let's just say I'm going to change it to violet and say okay. So there it is, just like that. And then the next thing I did was I came up here to the text tool again, and over here in the text area I wrote in MS and then Caruso for my last name, and I can hit enter if I want to. Now notice that came in as at the same font, but I can look over here and I can see the font that I used was called My Little Paris, and I bought that from an Etsy shop, which I'll link for you down below so you can find it if you want to. So I'm going to change this to being My Little Pony My Little Paris. Sorry, My Little Paris. And I did the 1.5 inch BX font. And there it is. And look, over here, I didn't do it all in caps, and I actually like it better not in caps. So I'm going to come over here and change that to MSCARUSO and hit enter. And I liked it much better like that. So let's move the word teacher out of the way right now, because if we look at Caruso and these letters, they don't fit together perfectly. I could come over here to the spacing and change, oops, I'm on teacher still. I want to undo that. I want to click on Caruso and to the spacing, and I could change the spacing a little bit to make them closer, but that still leaves a little space in between these. So I'm going to scroll in for you. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, click on these letters to highlight them, click on just one of the letters. If I grab the bottommost little kind of a triangle here, I can move all of these letters at one time like that if I want. Now, on this one, I can do the same, but I don't really need to move the C. I think it's fine where it is. So I'm going to move the A, and again, click on this. If I just want to move the letter A, I click on the middle box, and that allows me to just click and move the letter A. Notice how now that matches up perfectly, and there's not going to be any jump stitches there. I'm going to come over to the R, click on this, click on the middle part, and move that over so it matches perfectly. And again, if I want to, I can come here and really scroll into C. So now I'm going to click on the U on the little box in the middle and move it over so it's perfect. And the S, same thing, the middle box, move it over. And the O, I think I said I thought I moved that over a little too close, so I think I'll just leave a little space between them. Now I'm going to scroll back out, and what I did next was just to make sure everything was lined up perfectly. What I can do is come up here to this ruler and click on my mouse, and I can drag a line down like this, and I can put it at the most where most of them fit. There we go, look at that. Almost all of them are perfect except for the letter O. So I'll click on that and I'll just move it up a hair so it's perfect, and now all my things are aligned. Now I'm going to put that back up there if I want to, and grab all these, and I'm going to make it a little smaller because again I need to have this to fit into my hoop. So let's bring teacher back down, And we want the letters to stitch after it, which they are doing right now. And I think I kind of want to have these align like that. And that should be pretty good. Just, whoopsie, like this letter. Okay, so let's get rid of the first one again now. Delete. And let's go ahead up here to the Stitch Simulator and see how it's going to work. So first it's going to stitch out the word teacher. Then after that it's going to come up to with Miss Caruso. So that's pretty much it. I hope this is helpful for you, Shannon. I hope this is what you wanted. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is bring in my design wirelessly. I could be using a USB port if I wanted to, but I'm going to do it wirelessly. So to do so, I click on this pocket, then I click on this, and I've already brought it in, so it's right there. And I put Ms. Caruso, as I said. So I'm going to say set, and I'm going to say end edit, and I'm going to click on this button right here because that allows me to click on this button right here, and that will move the needle all the way around where it's going to go, and I can make sure that it is going to fit as perfectly as I think it will. So let me hit that button, and you can watch over here what it does. Okay, and then it goes right back to the center position, which is fine. I'll just say okay over here in embroidery. And if I look over here, I can see that the teach part's going to take 8 minutes. So I'll just start this for you and then go into fast mode to continue. I can see now maybe I should have chosen a darker color for the word teach, but you'll be able to see it. Okay, teach is done. Let's pull this out a little bit so you can see it better maybe. There we go, teach is done. And now I'm going to thread some black in here so that I can write Ms. Caruso across. I used to be known as Ms. Caruso. As many of you know, I was a middle school science teacher back in the day, and I absolutely loved it. Lots of people think, oh, middle school, how horrible, but I loved it. All right, let's get rid of this purple, and I'll come over and get a black, and let's just hope this is going to work. And as I said, what I am using right now is a piece of a t-shirt onto which I have ironed no-show mesh, obviously fusible, and I'm using just a piece because this is just a sample for Shannon, not something I'm really making into a t-shirt. I couldn't afford to make all these actual real samples because it would take a lot. So I'm ready for Ms. Caruso now. So I'll say, okay, this is going to take 4 minutes, it says. I need to put my hoop back in. And press go. And let's keep our fingers crossed that it's enough of a bean stitch that it shows up. Just like it's always said, you need to do a test sew before you do it on something real anyway. So I'm going to stop it for just a second and get rid of this blob of stuff. The beginning threads. Okay, here we go. I'm not sure if this is going to be enough. We'll see. I might have to find another bean stitch. Or I can do this myself. Maybe it is going to just be fine. Oh, beans. And of course, as I've shown in other videos, we can always make each one of those letters a different color by using the stop function. Okay, it's finished embroidering. Let's see how it looks. Okay, I think that looks pretty darn good. I do have to trim some stitches, of course, but I think that looks really nice. I could have left the O over just a little bit further probably when I was making it, but what do y'all think? Let's go down here for a second and I'll see if I can twist you. And I will trim these threads. Oh, okay, that looks really good to me. What do you think, Shannon? Is that what you were hoping for? I love it. Okay, don't forget, if you're in the market to buy anything embroidery or anything with Embrilliance, I really appreciate it when you check out my links down below. It really just helps to motivate me, helps me to buy supplies so I can keep making samples for you. Don't forget to email me or to leave me a question down below if you have one, and I'll try to make a video for you as well. Again, thanks so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate your being here. Thanks. Bye.